The first fairly useless item in the Granary sale is an original rediffusion television case. What would you do with that? Hang that on the wall with a family portrait? Have fun with the children? This is the preview of the 1st and 2nd of July Granary sale, which is almost ready, just needs the final tidy up. So it's full of things again. Last month was the best ever Granary sale, and that was with no one here in the room at all. It was all online bidding. That's all gone, everything's sold, and the room is full again. So let's have a quick look down the tables again. So always interesting things to look through at the Granary. And as we go down the table here, we have African bronzes here. That's a really nice old African bronze here. And it goes with these two masks as well. So 3 bronzes here. What on earth is that? Look at that. I don't need to describe that. That's just a lamp. More interesting folk art here. So this is a sort of a rise and fall, or it would do if it rose and fall. Bronze candle holder, and it goes with that measure, which is probably a bushel measure. And next to it, these are rare items. These are ale warmers. So this is an ale warming shoe. Looks like a medieval shoe, doesn't it? And this sits on the hearth, on the warm hearth, and warms your beer up. So you might have these in a tavern, and these are all original ale warmers. So there's 3 in one lot there. That's quite interesting. Next to it, this is an original 19th century enamel advertising sign. Organs and street music prohibited. A little bit nibbled around the edges, like me, and but a rare sign. It's quite a nice original one. More musical instruments. A lot of instruments this time from one house, and it was a local musician, professional musician. That boxwood clarinet. There's a 19th century bracket clock here, which is by a good retailer, Barrow and Lund of London. Mahogany cased 8-day striking bracket clock, which is quite good. Over here we have, these are original wood carvings by Clive Frederickson, who's a local artist who we see quite a lot here. And then down here on the table we've got a idea for a Christmas present for the children, a guillotine, a toy guillotine with a skeleton inside. And we'll carry on down here. The best way to view this sale though is just have a browse through the website, because there's some really interesting things and lots of interesting boxfuls of items as well. So for example, here's a box full of mainly sort of late 19th and early 20th century sketches and watercolours. These are original drawings. First War Battleship. It's dated, I think, 1909, that drawing. And that box is full of albums like that. We'll just have to rummage through those. It's really interesting. Over here is a magnificent bronze and brass vase, or jardiniere. It'll be late 19th century. That's a good thing there. And hanging up here, this is not the same one that we sold last month. It's the same model, and so we sold that one, and this person saw us selling it and said, actually I've got one of those I'd quite like to sell. So it's not a re-entry, it's a second chance, or if you bought the one last month, your chance to buy the pair to it. Some gun cases on the end here, old leather shotgun cases, empty. What's this? My goodness! So that is a solid lump of bronze. Look at that, it's a Chinese dragon. It's, I suppose, it's for hanging perhaps a light fitting or a Or a bell, maybe. That's a good thing. What else we got? Mainly sort of just interesting boxfuls. But as you know, every time there's interesting boxfuls down here that you just have to come and have a look through. Here are some. This is again from the same musician who lived in Hastings, who died. That's his collection of trumpets, trombones, and cornets. Lovely instruments there. And around the corner, this is a Stra Viola, which I actually have no idea how you even hold this, but I'd imagine. I don't know how you play it. Maybe this way around. But there's a horn on the side of it as well. Mainly for looking at. Well, it would be for me anyway. As these are always very collectible, sought after items, collections of old microscope slides with their original handwritten labels. Aren't they fine, these labels on here, with cross-section of cat vertebrae and other fascinating items here. There's some more African ethnic wood carvings here. So these are all individual, all quite old pieces. And what else have we got? Just going down the table here, this is another interesting table here. There's an original 17th century map of Monmouth. If you hold it up to the light, you can see through it. You can see the centrefold line here, which is a good sign. It's something to always look for on early maps, and it's on handmade paper. You can see the vertical lines going through the paper here, so that's a sign of early. They call it laid paper. It's the way they dry the paper when they make it. They lay it on a wire rack, and it leaves these vertical lines. So that's something else to look for on early paper. And there on the back is the original text from the map, which again just shows that it is the original impression. So this would date to the late 1600s. And, just need to always be sure that you're buying an original impression and not a later reprint with these maps. But that is an original one. And a couple of very nice old metal folk art lanterns. That's all right. Is that 3 in one lot? The cycle lantern. This is lovely. This is a 19th century, so Victorian, bellows for a fire. But they're, look at that. Oh, it does work, but not when I touch it. Very rare items. I haven't seen one of those for years. And it continues, and there's just masses and masses, tables and tables of these, and then underneath these tables they're all full of these boxes of items here as well. And then we have pictures, so well over 1,000 lots to sell on day one, which is on Wednesday of next week, and then Thursday we have the furniture, which is on the 2 lower floors. So the basement here is full of furniture this time as well. It's all newly decorated and bright down there, so well worth having a look in there. The viewing for this sale is on Saturday from 9 till 1, on Monday from 9 till 5, Tuesday from 9 till 7, and the sale starts at 9 o'clock on the Wednesday. So the best thing is have a look through the website. There's masses to look at. Thank you very much.